very first interaction was with DJ Big O. Um, how it was he was looking for somebody as an opener for a 4th of July public cruise on the Spirit of Boston. And I said to him, let's give it a try. I don't want you to pay me. I don't want you to do anything. Let's give it a try. Let's see how it goes. Goes, how Big O is. He's like, no. Like, if you're working with me, I'm going to take care of you. I'll guide you. I'll give you pointers. If you're screwing up, like, don't worry. I got you. We'll work together. And it was like that, When met him in person, I was nervous as hell because, he's made a name for himself. He's done a phenomenal job. And I was nervous as hell. I remember, he shook my hand. He was like, "It's not even that hot, dude. Why are you so sweaty?" And I was like, "Oh, this dude really just called me out. Like the very first thing we're doing is we're calling me out." And I was like, "Not gonna lie, man. I'm nervous. I feel like I could throw up right now." Yeah. I looked at him and I think he remembers this. And if he's watching this, he's probably chuckling like crazy on the other side of the screen.
They should have cut this up and posted.
Yeah. And then leading on from that, he liked what I did and he gave me some pointers, kind of educated me on some things, what to do differently. And I appreciated that because there's not a lot of people that are willing to give you constructive feedback. A lot of times, a lot of people like to criticize and not kind of guide you. And I appreciate that out of Big O. It spoke volumes to me that somebody that barely even knows me wants to help me.
Yeah.
Right. So
and I feel like everybody has that kind of story with him. Yeah.
Yeah. So he guided me through that, and he kept putting me on, and he was like, "Yo, I'm organizing another big event on the Spirit of Boston. I'm gonna have a different lineup, but I want you to be part of it."
Nice.
I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." The event was getting closer and closer and closer, and then he finally told me who the DJs were, and it was myself, DJ Rico Suave, DJ Big O, and a couple other DJs. And very first interaction with Rico Suave was, I went out and looked at what he did. I was like, oh wow, like this dude plays pretty cool. Like he could cater to any format. I was like, oh man, I can't wait to rock with him. Well, the day came in to rock with him, and very first interaction is we're switching off on a controller, right? If you're a DJ at DDJSZ, you know exactly what it is, port A and B. He's connecting to his port, and I'm soon to come off. He tells me he's ready, so I was so nervous in that moment that the only thought that came to mind was, okay, he's ready, like unplug, let him play. Well, he didn't have any music ready, right? So he was ready in the terms of like he's plugged and his computer is loading, but he wasn't ready to like drop any kind of track or anything. There is nervous me being driven by all my emotions. I had the crowd going and everything. There's a big Latino crowd, even though it's not a Latino event whatsoever. And I unplug, and the music goes completely silent.
Oh, those little words.
Thankfully for me, DJ Big O was on the mic. So, he immediately bounced on the mic. He picked up on the moment. Was kind of like, making it funny. Like, oh, whoa, like, what happened? Somebody get a little too excited, whatever. The crowd reacted, laughing, whatever. I look at Rico, and Rico's, like, ready to kill me. And I look at myself. I'm like, can I, like, dive off the boat? So, yeah. That was one of the very first interactions that we had. And, I've been fortunate enough to be able to work with him often. And every now and then I remind him, and he just, like, laughs. He's like, dude, what were you thinking at that moment? I was like, I don't think I was thinking at all.
I was like, all right,
yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah. And then, from there, blossomed to a good connection with him, good friendship. We've been able to work a couple of events together, like I said. Go and support his nights as well. He's, put out a lot of events where, whether it's an open format crowd or whether it's a cultural driven crowd. Again, another highly respected name in the industry. And then with Sisko, my very first interaction actually was through the pandemic. I was focusing on really building my craft a little bit deeper. So during the pandemic, I was focusing on doing Twitch streams and
Okay.
going on Instagram, going on Facebook, and kind of catering a little vibe here and there. You know,
Mm.
we're at a time where we're all stuck at home doing nothing and kind of wondering what to do, right? So when you logged into social media and you saw like, oh, he's playing music, like okay, put it in the background. We'll dance with the family here, whatever. And you know, at the time I was building up on how to use my voice to cater through the mic, because not everybody knows how to cater a high energy on the mic. And that was my big thing. I wanted to develop a voice that catered high energy and amped up the crowd on the mic. And so little did I know he was watching my stream. I didn't even know he was watching my stream. I knew who he was. I knew what he's been able to do or whatever. I didn't know he was watching my stream until the next day. I checked my Facebook and there's a message from him saying, "Loved your energy. Watch the stream fully. We gotta work at some point."
Nice.
I read that thing and I will not even lie to you. I cried. I cried at that moment. That's when I said, "Holy shit! Can the pandemic be over?" This dude just gave me even more energy than I wanted. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I was I was questioning myself because I was like, I'm behind the screen. I don't know if these people are really people.
Mm-hmm.
Are they bots? Are they, you know, are
Mm-hmm.
they just
Mm-hmm.
fake names? Like trying to watch my thing, and then having somebody of his stature like come and message you privately without any connections, ever speaking or anything, and say that to you, you know that the type of person that is.
Right.
That's a person that's seen his highs, his lows, being able to eat it all together, and want to help somebody else. Never ask for any of that help, but I will never not say that I'm not thankful for it,
Right.
because I am. Uh, and you know, now we've been able to do a few events together, and every single time his energy is just so contagious. It makes you wanna do more.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how I've connected with each and every one of them.